So as you guys can see here, I got quite a few different knives of a few different shapes and varieties and such. And basically what I've been doing is I've been practicing putting handles on them, trying to get better at that, because I do eventually want to hopefully try to sell some of these knives that I make once I kind of feel like I've gotten the hang of it. But one thing I was also doing while practicing on all these handles was getting the heat treat and trying to play around with different methods of doing it, using the coal forge, using the propane forge, motor oil, canola oil. Haven't tried real quenching oil yet, but I will eventually. Yeah, basically I think I've started to get the hang of the handles a little bit, but now it's time to go ahead and test out all these different heat treating methods I was doing. Now my friend Dave has a machine shop where he's got a pin drop tester. Just to get an idea of things, I do have a non-hardened, non-heat treated, just straight from the way I bought it off of Amazon piece of that 1095, and I also have a piece that was just hardened. Yeah, this is my hardened, non-tempered test piece that totally 100% wasn't just a knife that I accidentally snapped in half when I quenched it. Alright, so I got all the knives laid out and labeled so that way I can kind of keep track of everything. Now it's just time to test them. For anybody who maybe doesn't know why hardness is important as it pertains to knives, and this also goes with a lot of different metallurgical things like hardware and things like that. A knife needs to have a certain level of hardness over, say, like a mild soft steel, because it needs to have resistance to deformation in order to maintain an edge. Now, to get around that, you make sure the metal is hard. Now, hard metal has a lot of resistance to deformation. In fact, I don't think most hardened metals can bend. They just snap. So that's the issue, is there's a balance, because you don't want it so hard that it's going to snap and chip and everything else, but you don't want it so soft that it can't hold an edge for any meaningful period of time. So hardness is essentially a measure of how well the knife is going to hold an edge. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. Or the information at least I'm trying to gather for myself so that I can implement that into the knives that I build in the future so I can make a better product. Make sure the setup is proper and everything else. That seems to be the most important part for getting accurate readings, at least on that style of tester. Now, I definitely want to get a digital tester, or at least some form of a higher quality tester. The knives tested about where I wanted them to on the can, and then the 1095 ones that I heat treated real good were, those are about 57 to 62. I was getting about a 5.7 on the thing, which is 57. And yeah, so that's about where I wanted them. It means the heat treat's working. I'll still play around with it a little bit, but that at least gives me a starting point to go from for the rest of my knives. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was at least a little bit educational on how some of this works. I'm using this information to hopefully develop knives that I can sell, that I trust are good enough quality to sell, that aren't going to let people down. If you guys enjoyed the video, I hope it was at least somewhat educational for you and taught you something, maybe gave you a little bit of ideas on how to possibly start doing this yourself. I don't know, but yeah, I'll definitely probably have more knife making stuff in the near future, and yeah, if you want to see that, please like and subscribe. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.